What's up, guys? Dave Van Auken here, Dave Van Auken Show here. Once again, I've been talking with this guy for years and on years on amateur shows and professional shows in Daytona Beach and Orlando. Now I'm talking to you from across the pond, Chris Mixan. Chris, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing great, man. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be having an opportunity to be on this show and talk about something great again.
Crazy. Even when you started, I didn't know I was going to go here with it, but I will. I remember Breakthrough MMA in Daytona Beach, Florida at the Ocean Center, not the big Ocean Center, a little ballroom on the side, a little small one. Now you're fighting in Wales and all that. Did you ever think that, honestly, deep down inside, did you think you were going to get to this spot one day, or it's like, hey, you were just in the motion? You got to, in that moment, you have to be tunnel vision, or you'll get knocked out in Daytona. You know what I mean? Like, you got to do one step at a time. But it's amazing where you're at right now in 2022.
I would say, without a doubt, I was completely delusional when I first started, and I thought I was, the greatest thing since sliced bread. I thought I was so good as an AMI guy, but I feel like that's necessary to get to the highest levels.
Yeah.
Is because you need that self-belief. Because if you're just a uber realist, then you start out as an amateur and you're like, I'm not that great, but whatever. It's like, no, man, you have to believe in yourself to a certain extent. But as time goes on and you get a more understandable outlook, I feel like it's only natural to formulate a more realistic plan. But I would say, I thought I'd be world champion in like 2 years when I had like my first amateur fight. I was definitely on some stuff.
Soon. Hey, 2023 is around the corner. We'll get to that question soon. But in kind of the same area. So, like I said, you fought a lot in Orlando, Florida, with a couple, regional promotions. And then, I know you did something in the Panhandle with people that and people that you have familiarity with. And then even your Challenger Series fights in Orlando, Florida, kind of in your backyard. You're even kind of fighting a new teammate. It's everything is kind of easy. You're flying across the pond. It's the fight hotel. It's a fight week. They're taping you, You're like Michael Jordan walking into the hotel. They're recording you. Just like all of that. Like this is the big one. Like this is the big main card. How does it feel to be, professional? Like this is it. This is as big as it gets.
I thought, I guess I didn't really think about it, but retrospectively, I would say I would think it would have affected me more. But it's just, John's here and he's, doing John thing. My coach, John Radford, is here and we're doing, he's doing John things and it's kind of keeps me grounded. And thankfully, I've been to Europe before and what have you. But, it was definitely weird them filming me off the bus, I think, because, like Rory McDonald's on that bus. And they're like, no, let's get this guy. But I think, honestly, it was just because I was the first one up into the hotel. But no, man, I'm definitely comfortable, man. I'm in my element. This is fight week, and I'm just having a good time.
Absolutely. There you go. You made the transition easy for me. You mentioned the guy, John Radford, we both know and love dearly. Your dad is with you. How important, how vital is it to have just, strong as oak, people behind you, loved ones behind you that have your back. Life's hard. Shit gets crazy, and you have a great support system. What does that mean to you personally to have them with you?
Actually, I have a little tangent for that. My father, he flew out here. He's of course trying to make it sound like I just wanted to go to Wales, whatever, But and John's here, so and he's like a brother from another mother for me, and I know my brother's going to be watching and my sister's going to be watching, and I have such a huge support system. But funny enough, when we were down in the lobby, and one of the guys, because with the crisis in Ukraine and my blood and everything, we actually the guy said there's going to be a couple hundred Ukrainians that are staying in hotels that all got excited, that someone who represents the old country is on this stage. So he said some dude bought like 30 tickets himself. Some Ukrainian guys bringing a bunch of people, which I'm just blessed to be a part of that.
That's amazing. That's awesome. Like you said, it's the little things, right? There's a fight week is hard, and just coming out and, hey, if you get a great ovation, maybe that just, gets you a little bit, that little extra energy, a little extra juice you might need. Big fight. Let's kind of get into the fight. They're going to lock that cage. Chris, all this is fun. This is a great talk. The city, you told me off air is amazing and beautiful. We can get to that in a second, but, Friday night, the cage door locks and you guys are going to fight, fist fight, kicking, How are you feeling? I know you're at Elevate over there in Colorado the last couple of weeks. How are you feeling just mentally, physically, your body training? Where do you think you're at right now?
I think I'm at my best. And I feel like I say that every single time that we have this discussion. But that's just a testament to our style of work and my ability to train at cross train at elevation with I was training in proximity of Kamaru Usman when he was training for Leon Edwards and training with Neil Magny and a bunch of super good guys that are extremely talented, extremely skilled, and also willing to exchange information and I feel like every single time we do this, I get better and better and better, and that's always my hope is just showcase that my skills and my ability on the highest stage possible. So that's exactly what's happening.
You're fighting on it's the welterweight playoffs. It's the Final Four, if you want to say. They have this season tournament type of format. And last week, Madison Square Garden, Mercier talked about and Stevie Ray talked about how hard this tournament is. It's incredible. Mixed martial arts. A lot of fighters don't fight 3-4 times in a year. A lot of guys just fight once now. And not even that. They cut off the beginning of the year and almost at the end of the year. You kind of fight 4 times in 6 months. The weight cuts, the injuries going in and out of fights. So everything works out, the next couple of days. And then next year, if you're in this tournament, how, being prepared, you're being around it, how are you preparing yourself mentally and physically to be in the 2023 season for the welterweights next year?
I still feel like I have a ways to go to get to the tournament for sure. I'd love to get on another developmental contract is something I was talking about some of the guys back there. Because, this fight, gets through it. That's 4 fights. I think that they, might only do. I won't be able to fight next week. I mean, that's already ironed up. I mean, as much as me, as much as I love that, that's just not realistic. But it's 2 fights this year. That put me at 4 professional MMA fights. And I don't think that's the kind of people they're trying to be throwing into the season. But if we could get this next year, and I have a better outlook and a better understanding of the process for getting a fight in PFL, so I'm not sitting there, month to month. We discussed this, 100 times where, I was talking about, when you're fighting, it's like, I don't know, I don't know. But I think I have a better understanding of that now. And I think, especially if I go out and do what I do and showcase my abilities, they'll want me back. So I'd love to re-up on like a developmental deal with them next year, because I think mine ends at the annual the year from when I got it, which would be 25th, I believe. Okay. So I'd love to do that and work my way up. Maybe get more fights next year, because this will be my 2nd fight this year. And like I said, you know me, the old amateur days.
You want 5
every month. At least, bro. I was fighting every month in the amateur days, boxing, MMA, back and forth. So that's always the thing I want to do, but maybe get like up to 10 fights or thereabouts, and then we start having that serious discussion about that season. Sure. And I think I stack up well with some of these guys, man. Like especially like the guys competing. I ran into Delano Taylor, who was on the Challenger Series with me when we were in the workout room, and we were talking where like our Challenger Series week 2 alumni is by far the most decorated.
Huge.
Yeah, I mean, 3 of them ended up fighting in the season. I think every single one of them got wins. Carlos Leal is now in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because Al-Salawi beat a guy in April or May, and Delano Taylor also. I think 3 of those guys that fought in that Challenger Series with me all fought in the same night and all won again. And our Challenger Series, everybody across the board got finishes. And, I'm trying to keep that streak going and really kind of just showcase, not only the guys at the tippy top are the best, because there's so many people, like, especially nowadays, we have divisions so stacked, and so many talented people that just don't have the recognition yet. And the PFL is an awesome platform for me to get that recognition.
That's for sure. 2 last things, Chris. Mixan over here Friday, ESPN Plus. It's pretty crazy to say. Talking about the, kind of Leal's in the tournament. I watched him live in Arlington. He defeated Ray Cooper, and Leal just bounced off the screen to me, and it was awesome. And like you said, Taylor's doing his things. Does it give you any is it like, I feel it's both either way. Does it give you more pressure? It's like, wow, these boys are doing it, I got to keep up with them. Or the other way is like, dude, I fought the same night and I won and I got the contract and you looked really good on your Challenger Series. Does it give you almost more confidence? Like, wow, these guys are getting big time. Liao defeated Ray Cooper, who won $1 million last year, and you were on the same show. And let's just be honest, they did choose you over Liao. And I have nothing but respect and much love and admiration for him, but they did choose you. So it's pretty wild to me. To me, as someone in your shoes, it would give me confidence. Like, wow, I can do this. Like, I'm ready to roll on Friday night.
I wouldn't say that I have the same outlook. I don't think it. Actually, probably before we talked about it, I don't think or even when me and Delano Taylor talked about it, I don't think I never really thought of that, as a pin in my my shirt or anything. But ultimately, I'm fighting a skilled guy.
Yeah,
and he's tough and he's good and he's got wins and he's well ranked in Europe and I definitely have some disadvantages into the fight, but it's one of those things where I think I have the potential to be one of the best, if not the best. At some point, I'm 23 years old and it's only up from here regardless.
Right.
So if I go out there and I put on a performance like I know I should, and I know I can, Lord forbid something happens, then I'll be proven right,
Yeah.
And I think that's just the self-belief that you have to have, but it's not forced. Like I'm not believing in myself because I wake up every morning and say it 10 times. I get in the gym and I train hard. I train hard. I train with really good guys. I got a really good team behind me, and as we discussed it, a very, very awesome support system. So it's not the talk or the semantics or the math that gets me excited. It's it's the sweat and the blood.
Yeah. There you go. Man, what are you guys eating over there? You guys eating like Subway and Coke and stuff like that? You guys go? Is there a McDonald's across the street? What are you guys eating?
There's a surprising amount. I'll probably say something off the air, after the interview that will be very funny. But no, there's a lot of American restaurants. There's a Five Guys here and stuff. I mean, obviously, I can't eat any of that stuff.
Sure,
so,
not yet.
I mean,
not
so
yet.
far, yeah. Well, they got us leaving Sunday morning, so I won't get the chance, even if I wanted to. I'd be sick on that plane. But no, we just ate hotel food. It's just like fish and normal stuff. But yeah, there is a bunch of like American restaurants here, which I think is quite funny. But yeah, I mean, the food here's been good. I mean, it's expensive to my Florida mind, but you know how it is. It's the cost of traveling. But yeah, no, the food, I mean, what have we been eating? Shit, we had like some Asian food earlier that was pretty good. It was like some fusion. Yeah, grilled duck. Yeah, I got no rice. Because I'm cutting that out because we got weigh-ins on Friday.
Yep.
But yeah, no, it's nothing super out of the ordinary.
Very cool, man. Chris Mixan, any kind of like last words or shout outs? You did mention Florida, like anyone from Pete White Boxing, Orlando, all this stuff. It's what a wild ride. Like you said, you're still so young in the game, but I feel like you're mature. You're a lot more mature 23-year-old than I was at that time. I was going to movies at midnight and just watching TV and eating popcorn. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's if you don't got wind in your sail, no wind's a good win, and I know where I want to be. So I got that good win behind me. I got Pete White Boxing, John Radford, Pete, everybody back at the gym. I'll be all here tonight talking about that. My dad, my sister, my brother. I want to say my sister again because she's the one who's kind of facilitating me being able to go out and travel to Denver and give me the opportunity to train with those guys. The fellows over at Elevation, like it's an endless list. It's an endless list.
Yeah. Yep. There you go, guys. Chris
Shout out
Mixan,
Fight Bananas. What are you talking about? Shout out Fight Bananas, bro. Since day one, bro. Talking back alleys,
I know. Daytona Beach Ocean Center. We weren't in the Ocean Center. We're at the ballroom next door. We're not in the Ocean Center. The OLE. It's crazy.
It was rough,
I remember giving this guy $100 bill after a first or second pro win, a knockout. It was insane. You go on top of the cage.
Bro. It was Amy.
Oh, was it? You can't say that. We'll get arrested.
Hey,
I can't.
It wasn't. Hey, it wasn't. You weren't the promotion, bro. It was just a little something on the side.
Yeah. I gave him a cheeseburger that night with extra cheese.
Just wet my beak a little bit. Make sure you're still hungry.
Love it, Matt. Hey, best of skill to you. No luck needed. Just go in there, get the work, and we'll talk to you on the back end, man. Good skill, and we'll talk to you soon, brother.